So away they go cleanly, and Asha Phillip looking to put England in a good position, but Jamaica looking strong with Carol and Stewart already, and the handovers are looking for them clean enough for England at the moment. Blessing Okubari, the double sprint gold medalist, has it for Nigeria, trying to put them in a good position, but Jamaica leading at the moment. Veronica Campbell-Brown with the baton onto Shiloni Calvert, and England have it now with Jodie Williams, silver in the 200 metres, and Nigeria still in a good position, but England will look to chase them down because Nigeria don't have the strongest anchor leg, but it's Jamaica well played at the moment. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is going to storm to gold. A huge win for Jamaica, and England trying to get silver. It will be Nigeria. England third, they take the bronze medal, but we thought that England might be able to push Jamaica close. No such things, no thoughts of that. A games record for Jamaica, 41.84. What a performance, dominant from the Jamaican quartet. All four ran well, but Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce put her in that position, and there is no chance that she will be called.
That pose. Under 20 girls 4x100 final.
So we actually lost 3 teams from the semi-finals. Guyana is not there, unfortunately. No Tiana Springer, no Narissa McPherson. They're going to be running the 4x4 mixed, hopefully a little bit later. We've got Antigua and Barbuda withdrawing as well, and Barbados.
So Bahamas, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, British Virgin Islands, Grenada, Guadeloupe, and Martinique. The teams set to take part here. British Virgin Islands. Oh wow, they would love to have a Deja Hodge now. That's Amia Todman for the BVI. Here's the lineup from the inside. Grenada, Martinique, British Virgin Islands, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, Guadeloupe, and Bahamas. 7 teams going in this final.
And Todman on that third leg with Soleil Frederick.
Trinidad and Tobago team. They have the Frederick sisters, one would suppose. They also have Symphony Patrick to choose from.
Khadija Pickering, I think, maybe leading off for them.
Jamaica being led off by Habiba Harris, the 12.95 sprint hurdler, takes the opening leg for the Jamaicans. They are expected to have a fine team. Tiana Lee Terrelong, Sabrina Dockery, Shania Douglas possibly in their lineup as well. Guadeloupe. Guadeloupe will be in lane number 6. They have...
You see on your screen there, will be leading off for Trinidad and Tobago. The Frederick twins will go second and third.
Set.
Cleanly away this time for the 4x100 final for under 20 girls. Trinidad and Tobago up well with Symphony Patrick. Abiba Harris runs a good first leg for the Jamaicans as well. The Jamaicans change safe and first. Tiana Lee Terrelong, the 100 silver medalist, goes flying by Frederick. Jamaica ahead of Trinidad and Tobago. Here's the change for the Jamaicans. Soleil Frederick on the third leg for Trinidad and Tobago, but it's Jamaica with the advantage. This is where the battle is expected to be. Here's the final change. Jamaica ahead of TNT. Down the home stretch they come. Trinidad and Tobago trying to close, but the Jamaicans pull away through Shania Douglas. 43-61. Another terrific performance by the black, green, and gold.
Jamaica's dominance in the women's 4x100-meter relay is one of the most remarkable success stories in track and field. While many nations have experienced periods of relay success, very few have managed to sustain excellence across multiple generations. What makes Jamaica different is not simply the presence of world-class sprinters. It is the ability to consistently develop athletes who understand relay racing, execute under pressure, and deliver when championships are on the line. A perfect example of this can be seen by comparing two races separated by 8 years. The first was the women's 4x100-meter relay final at the 2014 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow. The second was the under-20 girls relay final at the 2022 CARIFTA Games. On paper, these races appear very different. One featured Olympic champions competing on a global stage, while the other showcased emerging talents still developing their international careers. Yet when examining the races closely, the similarities are impossible to ignore. At the 2014 Commonwealth Games, Jamaica entered the final as the overwhelming favorite. Their lineup included some of the most accomplished sprinters in the world, athletes with Olympic medals, world titles, and years of championship experience. However, despite their reputation, the race was far from a formality. England arrived with a strong squad led by athletes capable of challenging for medals. Nigeria also possessed significant sprinting talent and hoped to put pressure on the Jamaicans. The opening stages of the race reflected those expectations. England's Asha Phillip attacked the first leg aggressively, determined to place her team in contention. Nigeria also started strongly, knowing that an early advantage could create opportunities later in the race. Jamaica, however, remained calm. Karen Stewart delivered a composed opening leg before handing the baton to Veronica Campbell-Brown. This was where the race began to shift decisively. Jamaica's exchanges were exceptionally clean. There was no hesitation, no visible adjustment, and no loss of momentum. Every athlete entered the exchange zone with confidence and exited at maximum speed. While England and Nigeria continued fighting for position, Jamaica's technical superiority gradually created separation. Relay races are often won not only through raw speed, but through the efficiency of baton exchanges. In Glasgow, Jamaica demonstrated why they had become the gold standard in relay execution. By the time the baton reached the anchor leg, the race was effectively under Jamaican control. Waiting for the final exchange was Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, already one of the greatest sprinters in history. Giving Fraser-Pryce a lead is one of the most dangerous situations any rival team can face. Once she received the baton, the outcome was never in doubt. Her acceleration immediately extended the advantage. The gap between Jamaica and the chasing teams grew with every stride. England and Nigeria continued battling for the remaining medal positions, but the fight for gold had already been decided. Fraser-Pryce crossed the finish line in a games record of 41.84 seconds, completing one of the most dominant relay performances of the championship. What made the victory particularly impressive was the balance of the team. Every athlete contributed. There was no weak leg, no problematic exchange, and no moment of uncertainty. The performance combined experience, technical discipline, and world-class sprinting ability. Fast forward to the 2022 CARIFTA Games, and the setting was very different. This was not a senior global championship. Instead, it was a regional competition designed to showcase the next generation of Caribbean talent. Yet Jamaica approached the race with exactly the same philosophy that had delivered success at the highest level. The under-20 final featured 7 teams after several withdrawals reduced the field. Trinidad and Tobago entered with a talented squad that included the Frederick sisters and Symphony Patrick. The Bahamas also possessed enough speed to challenge for a medal. Jamaica, however, once again entered as the team everyone expected to beat. Habiba Harris took responsibility for the opening leg. Her task was simple, but crucial. Establish position and ensure a clean first exchange. She executed perfectly. Jamaica emerged from the first change safely and already held a slight advantage. The second leg proved decisive. Tiowen Lee Terry Long, the 100-meter silver medalist, attacked the backstretch aggressively. Her speed immediately increased Jamaica's lead and placed pressure on Trinidad and Tobago. The difference was not dramatic, but it was enough to give the Jamaicans control of the race. As the baton moved to the third leg, the pattern became familiar. Jamaica's exchanges remained smooth and efficient. While other teams focused on matching Jamaican speed, the defending champions continued gaining valuable fractions of a second through superior execution. The final exchange delivered the baton to Shanoya Douglas with Jamaica already in front. Trinidad and Tobago remained within striking distance and attempted to close the gap down the home straight. For a brief moment, the possibility of a late challenge appeared realistic. Douglas quickly ended those hopes. Her powerful anchor leg maintained the advantage and gradually extended it over the final meters. Jamaica crossed the line in 43.61 seconds, securing another relay title and continuing a tradition of excellence that stretches across generations. The significance of this victory extends beyond the result itself. It demonstrated that Jamaica's relay success is not dependent on a single superstar or a specific era. The names may change, but the principles remain constant. Clean baton exchanges, technical discipline, aggressive yet controlled running, confidence under pressure. These characteristics were visible in Glasgow with Olympic champions. They were equally visible at CARIFTA with developing athletes. That consistency reveals the strength of Jamaica's sprinting system. Perhaps the most fascinating aspect of comparing these two races is the clear connection between past and future. The 2014 team represented established greatness. Fraser Price and her teammates had already conquered the world stage. The 2022 squad represented potential, athletes still building their careers, but already displaying the habits and standards associated with Jamaican sprinting excellence. The baton was not only being passed within the relay, it was being passed between generations. Young athletes were following the blueprint created by the legends who came before them. Ultimately, both performances deliver the same message. Jamaica's dominance in the women's 4x100-meter relay is built on far more than individual talent. It is the product of culture, preparation, coaching, and technical mastery. From the bright lights of the Commonwealth Games to the developmental stage of the CARIFTA Championships, the formula remains unchanged. As long as Jamaica continues producing athletes capable of combining speed with flawless execution, the nation will remain the benchmark in women's relay sprinting. The stars of one generation may eventually retire, but the system that created them continues to produce new champions, ensuring that Jamaica's relay legacy remains as strong as ever.